What is going on, everybody? How are we doing? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're doing okay. We are currently in Central Florida right now. There is a Hurricane Ian outside of my house. We have not yet lost power. Isabel is asleep. We have no flooding yet. It's a totally different situation than this time of the day when Irma hit back in 2017. So I'm very thankful for that. It's down to a category 2 now, I believe. We haven't been hit by the brunt of it, but I'm really thankful it's a 2 now versus a 4. It's still not very good because we're going to be in the northeast side of the storm, which is never the good place to be because that's where all the tornadoes just pepper you when you're in the northeast side of a storm. So what's up, Lee? 1994. What's going on? Anyways, yeah. So we haven't lost power yet, so I figured I'd go live and do my first real live with a trailer review for the final trailer for Halloween Ends. Lee, if you're still watching, can you hear me? Do I sound crisp, clear, bright, beautiful? If I sound good to you, give me a thumbs up so I know what's going on. And I think Lee's already gone, which is okay. My levels seem to be okay. There we go. Thumbs up, Lee. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. All right. So with that said, I think let's pop on over here. First, let me give you some context. When Halloween 2018 came out in 2018, I was not very excited for the fact that they were excising Halloween 2 and making a direct sequel to Halloween 1. First of all, I wasn't a fan of H2O erasing the Thorn trilogy from existence, but at least they kept Halloween 2 intact, story-wise. When they made Halloween 2018, I remember the first rumblings of that film were going to be, it's a direct sequel to Halloween 2 again. So it was going to be 1 and 2, excising 4, 5, and 6, excising H2O, a third timeline skew, which I would have been fine with because as long as H2 was kept intact, I'm all for it. But then they came out with, it's a direct sequel to Part 1. Part 2 doesn't exist. You guys have heard me bitch and moan and complain about this several times in the past. I'm just not a fan of 2018. I don't think the nixing of the brother-sister storyline was a good idea. I think it was pointless, especially because they're putting them back together anyway. It's just, you guys have heard me bitch and moan about this to the ends of the earth. I don't need to do it here. But was not a fan of the movie. Was not a fan of the film. It has not warmed up to me yet. I'm still not a fan of that film. I don't want to say I despise Halloween 2018, but I am only like 1 or 2 tiers above despising Halloween 2018. I couldn't really put my finger on why. It just doesn't really feel like a good Halloween film. It's a good slasher film. It's a fun little watch. It's really boring in some spots. Some of the characters are really, I don't know, whatever. But when Halloween Kills came out last year, I was expecting that to be another shit show. And I fucking loved Halloween Kills. I watched it 2 or 3 times on Peacock last year when it came out, just to make sure I loved it. And I liked it more each time I watched it. It was just so different than Halloween 2018. It felt so much more like a Halloween film to me. It really felt a lot like a mixture of Halloween 2, 1981, and Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. That's what Halloween Kills felt like to me. A good meshing of those films, tonally and stuff. And Michael Myers in Halloween Kills is just on a whole nother level than he was in Halloween 2018. Whatever JJC did differently in Halloween Kills, I can't really put my finger on it, but he is legitimately frightening in Halloween Kills, where in Halloween 2018 he was just another Michael Myers to me. But yeah, the Halloween Kills was so much fun. It was fast-paced. I liked the characters. Big John, Little John were hilarious. It's a shame that they met their end too quick. I would love to see at least one of them come back for Halloween Ends. The music was better by John Carpenter. It was just Halloween Kills. I know a lot of people don't like that film for some reason, but it was so much better than Halloween 2018, in my opinion. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Lee, 1994, Halloween 5 was my first horror I ever watched. I love that movie. The only thing I don't like is Rachel died. I agree, Lee. I agree. Halloween 5, even as a kid watching that movie on old school VHS, I always knew that I didn't like it as much as Halloween 4. But I never really knew that a lot of people didn't like Halloween 5 until I got to high school, college, and then obviously now. That there was this big hatred for that film. I mean, I always was always kind of annoyed by Tina. I'm not really annoyed by her anymore, but there was I don't know, man. There was such an abrupt backlash to Halloween 5 in the last 10, 15 years. It's finally starting to get this cult following I think it deserves. Because Halloween 5 is good. It's I think it was directed well. I like the cinematography is fantastic. I like the pacing. I do like the story. Um, I'm not a fan of the mask, but it's grown on me. I think it fits the tone and the vibe of 5. But obviously 5 has its share of problems. You can't deny that. But 5 has definitely grown on everybody else, I think. I still love the film. It continues to get better for me every single year. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Halloween 5 really feels like, it almost feels like a giallo. There's definitely a lot of European influence in Halloween 5, obviously because of the director. But Halloween 5 just stands out. It's so well shot. It looks good. And let's be honest, the Myers house in Halloween 5, as much sense as it doesn't make, kicks ass. Like, I love the look of the house in Halloween 5. This big, scary mansion, fantastic. Fantastic. But anyways, there he is, Planet CH8. What is going on? Christian, you're in Louisiana. Are you guys feeling any, probably not, stupid ass question, are you guys feeling any of the effects from Ian right now, like we are? Are you guys getting any high winds, any rainstorms from any of the outskirting bands? I think you're probably too far away, but I know it's kind of hitting up near a couple of the states above us already, so you guys getting anything from Ian up there? And he's gone. I'll assume that that's a no. But anyways, hope you're doing good. Okay, he's not. Figured so. Hope you're doing good through your neck of the woods. We are Christian right now. The winds have picked up pretty good, but we are in a much better spot than we were in Irma. We have no flooding so far. We have no severe wind damage so far. Our dock's not in the pool so far. So it's light and day compared to Irma was in 2017. Luckily, it's a Category 2 now. So yeah, I think we should be good. It's going to get a little bit more intense as the night goes, but we should be good. With that said, finishing up that context about Halloween Kills, since I did like Halloween Kills so much, I was absolutely looking forward to, and still am, to Halloween Ends. I sort of lost my enthusiasm for Ends when Jamie Lee Curtis came out with that statement a few months ago saying it's going to piss a lot of Halloween fans off. I made a video response about it saying something like, it's like, leave politics and pandemic stuff out of the Halloween movies. Like, I know it's a touchy subject. I won't get too political, but Hollywood as of lately has a tendency to inject their ideals into movies, which is fine, I guess. Whatever the artist wants to do with their art is fine. But I think I can speak for everybody when I say we go to these movies as an escape. Horror movies are an escape. I don't want to see current events, no matter what they are, whether they align with my beliefs or not. I don't want to see that in a Halloween movie. I want to go to a Halloween movie for a good story. Michael Myers, in this instance, Laurie Strode. I don't want to see anything about relevant politics, ideals, the pandemic, anything in a Halloween movie. It's not needed. It's unnecessary. It's just, if they do that, which I'm hoping they don't, it would just be an attempt by Hollywood to force more crap down our throats needlessly, when in reality these guys make millions of dollars a year and have no idea how the real world actually works. I don't want to hear them talking about anything politics, pandemic, ideals. Just give me my fucking movie and shut your mouth. That's how I look at it. But then again, I'm old and folded and locked in my beliefs. So Gregory Gomez says, good old CHH. Yep, CHH is the man. Christian says, wonder if they'll use the silver shamrock masks again. May as well, they have been. Yep, I agree. A couple years ago, I floated the idea during a live stream that another YouTuber was doing. It'd be so cool if somebody came out with a short film or if future movies use this idea where they figure out that Michael Myers' mask was made by Silver Shamrock at some point, and they figure out that the only way to kill him is to strap him down to a chair, make him wear the mask, put that fucking Silver Shamrock commercial on, and watch slowly as Michael Myers' head is, implodes and is eaten away by the worms and the insects and all that shit. I think that would be a very, very cool fitting end to Myers, and it would kind of meld the Season of the Witch lore with the Myers lore. It wouldn't make sense, but it would make sense. It would be a contradiction, but it would also be a full circle kind of thing. So it would be cool, cheesy. Some fans would hate it. I think it would be really cool, something different we haven't seen before. But they're not going to do that. I've heard the theory that in Ends he's also going to be a Silver Shamrock robot, and the radio tower is going to have something to do with him like being disassembled. I don't know. There's so many crazy fan theories about Silver Shamrock and the radio tower, and I'm just hoping we get a decent end to this sub trilogy because of it would just be nice to finally have an ending that feels like an ending, because it's not going to be the end. They're going to make more of these movies, but I'm hoping they leave this branch of the continuity alone. Like H2O, people don't like that movie. I like that movie. I think Laurie Strode is more believable as a character in H2O than she is in 2018. But H2O was a good full circle movie. It ended with her facing her fear. She kind of came out of this madness she has been going through, and she chopped his fucking head off. That was a hardcore ending, especially back in 98. I remember seeing that movie in theaters when I was 11. And I remember the audience, literally people were cheering when she chopped his head off. Like, that was a good fucking ending. If they had left that alone and not made Resurrection, that would have been a perfect ending to the franchise if they never made any more. That would have been acceptable. Or if they were going to make a new branch of continuity, that would have been fine because that branch was successfully completed and they weren't going to fuck it up by making a sequel to that. Now, here's my issue. Since I didn't like 2018, that's fine. But I loved Kills. If Halloween Ends knocks it out of the park, I really, really hope they actually end it. I don't want to see a sequel to Halloween Ends down the road. I don't want to see Laurie Strode back. My fear is that since Blumhouse has been doing so well with the Halloween movies, I don't see the Accods not relicensing them the rights to the franchise, if that makes sense. I'm sure people out there already know more than I do about the behind-the-scenes stuff about this franchise specifically. But, I mean, they've been making so much money with Blumhouse in tow. I don't see them not giving the rights back to Blumhouse if he wants them for future movies. I just hope that if he does get the rights back, the Blumhouse, that they make a new rebooted series or a sequel to another branch of the timeline versus a sequel to Halloween Ends. That's what I'm hopeful for. So anyways, I'm rambling. I'm here to talk about the Halloween Ends final trailer. I have already watched this, but I want to go through it. This is my third unpacking video I've done, so this should be a good amount of fun. I'm going to move over to the main live stream right now. Hey, look, there's my fiance in the chat. Shanna Ammon says, I like your buckets. I like your buckets too. Nobody? Okay. Christian says H2O is awesome. Yes, it is. I agree. As far as I'm concerned, that was the Michael at the end of H2O. It was, absolutely. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit about Resurrection of being a paramedic. That was garbage, and I hate everything. Every minute of that fucking movie, I can't stand it. But anyways, Gregory Gomez says, it seems like Halloween Ends is going to be something weird, like Chris Nelson said. I'm excited for the movie. What did Chris Nelson say, Gregory, if you don't mind me asking? I didn't see that excerpt or whatever you want to call it. I did not see that. What did he say about it? All I know is that, Jamie Lee Curtis said we're going to be pissed off. Shanna, your husband is not just all right. True. All right, guys, I'm going to move you over here to the next screen. Boom. There we are. Look, I'm miniature now. Cool. So we're going to start this trailer, and we are going to, first of all, let me know if you guys can hear me right with the levels of this trailer. We'll do a test. 3, 2, 1. Can you guys hear the trailer? If you can hear the trailer, say yes. If you can hear me talking over the trailer, say yes. If you can hear me at the same time, say yes. If you heard that, say yes. Somebody say yes. Excellent. Okay, excellent. Let's restart this trailer. As cheesy as it is, I love the fact that this original 1978 pumpkin jack-o'-lantern is back. I fucking love that pumpkin. And fun fact, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the pumpkin that looks like this in Halloween 1978 that Laurie carves with the kids was actually repurposed for the jack-o'-lantern and the opening credits of 1978. That's why if you look closely, the slit in the nose, I think, is present in both pumpkins. Is that correct? Either way, let me know in the comments, in the chat, if I'm correct on that, or if I just dropped too much acid yet again, because that's a tendency of mine to do that. Let's dive in. Here we go.
It's been 4 years since Michael Myers.
I definitely get Pennywise It 2017 vibes from this. Not just this, but from the other trailer and the other TV spots I've seen. Not because it's ripping it off, but because it's a sewer and we're so close to those movies still that you can't not get Pennywise vibes, right? Yeah.
Without a trace.
Definitely Pennywise vibes. Now this is such a killer fucking shot. This shot is probably going to be my favorite shot of the whole sub-trilogy. It was that shot from Kills when Michael Myers just forces the chick to blow her head off in the car. She falls to the ground and they do that slow pan up of him looking down at her and the lighting's just all crazy. That was my favorite shot of Myers. This shot right here is fantastic. The spider web, like that's just, there's something so classically gothic about this scene. I love it. So let's continue on. Let's continue on. If you guys in the chat can still hear me, give me another thumbs up because I think something might have just frozen. Just give me something. Say anything. Anything. There, can I see myself? Yes, I can. There I am. Here we go. Look at that. I mean, that's... So here's my question. This scene, I know they're setting us up with this big red herring thing with this Corey fucker, but do you think this is actually Michael Myers' hand grabbing the knife, or is this Corey in the suit grabbing the knife? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of twist happening in this movie. They've done a good job at not letting us figure it out, but I can't tell if it's a red herring for a red herring, or if it's a red herring for the sake of being a red herring, or if they're tricking us into thinking the red herring is a red herring when in reality it's not a red herring at all. Does that make any sense? Anyways. Yeah, he looks... I feel like this is probably Myers, right? This is not Corey in the suit. This has got to be Myers. Either way, this is a cool fucking shot. And like, he looks like he's going to be just as spooky as he was in Kills, which I'm totally stoked for. Am I upset that he didn't get a brand new mask? A little bit. It would have been cool to see a new mask. This makes more sense. The mold is not really noticeable in these shots on the mask, which I get it, but it seems kind of lame. Like, they should have put heavy black or white mold on the mask to where it was like, even in shadowy shots like this, you could see it. A little bit of a lost opportunity, I think, but I digress. Yep, and just like that, American horror movies are never going to be the same, because now if you look here at the street light, it's one of those new, annoying as fuck, bright white LED street lights, which I cannot stand. They just redid our whole neighborhood with these things last year, and I cannot fucking stand them. They're a far cry from those really ambient, glowy orange sodium lights, which we've grew up with. I just cannot stand. They're better for film. I get it. Like, it's easier to expose, but it's just, it does not lend itself to a good look. Like, look how lame that looks. If that was one of those orangey amber colored sodium lights, it would be so much better. But again, I'm rambling.
I was certain.
Also, real quick, notice the emptier streets. Is Haddonfield kind of banning Halloween, or are less people participating in Halloween? Is that what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know.
I was certain that I saw him watching me.
So I have to ask, did Lindsay have a nose ring in the other movie? Because she has one here. So I'm like, okay, I know it's 4 years later, but is she going like punk rock Is she going renegade because she survived the events of the last movie and Tommy didn't? Is she just freaking out? Like, what's going on here? I need to know.
You pretend like you moved on, but you're actually just obsessed with death.
I fucking cannot stand Allison still.
Back for you, 'cause he is coming.
Okay, I need to go over two things real quick. First of all, Allison annoys the fuck out of me. I'm sorry to the actress. That's fine. That's whatever. But I cannot stand the character. She annoys the hell out of me. I hope that she gets killed in the first fucking act in this movie. As far as this Corey fucker goes, I cannot stand him. He has a face that I want to fucking punch. I don't like his hair. I don't like his attitude. I hope he dies in the first act of the fucking movie too. I get it. He's the red herring. He's the new copycat. Whatever they're trying to say here. I hope he eats it in the first act of the movie. I hope after this shit, I hope he finds Michael in the sewers and Michael fucking kills him. That's what I hope, because he annoys the shit out of me.
But this time,
The radio station.
this time,
Very Halloween 3 vibe-ish to me.
something feels different.
Something feels different. What do you think that means? Do you think she knows he's a Silver Shamrock robot, or is she talking about something else? Because obviously there's the radio station's a big importance in this movie. The radio station, which she's outside of,
Something feels
they keep showing the DJ. They've already confirmed that the radio tower is important to the story. Like, what is going on in this movie, man?
He's more dangerous.
Now, do you think this is Corey here, or do you think this is Michael Myers? That's a good question. Like, I don't know. If you look at his neck right there, the separation between the shirt and the mask, it looks like old skin, if we can be that specific. But I wonder if this is Corey wearing the mask, if he does wear the mask in the movie, or if this is actually Myers. You know what I mean? They've done a good job of hiding the left eye, so you can't tell if it's his damaged eye or if it's just Corey in there. Also, something about the scene with the redhead getting stabbed in her kit, like that whole those last like 6-7 shots of her in her bathroom or whatever it is, that really reminds me of Valentine, the slasher movie Valentine with the Cupid killer. Something about that whole setup and the way it looks reminds me of Valentine, which to me is awesome because Valentine kicks fucking ass.
He killed my daughter. But tonight,
Good.
I will kill him. Come and get me.
I swear to God, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I love Laurie Strode. But I swear to God, the narration for all three of these movies, for the trailers of Laurie Strode talking, seems so cringy to me, so out of place and laughable. Not because she's a bad actress or anything. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, they just feel so, it feels like they're grabbing one line of like a different paragraph of dialogue from different sections of the movie and putting together these like really terrible poetic lines of dialogue, and they just sound so fucking like, why do they keep filling these trailers with her her dialogue? It's so unnecessary. I don't understand why. So here's my thought on this. I know I'm taking forever to get through this, but this is an unpacking. It's not a reaction. It's an unpacking. I feel like this, maybe you guys have already talked about this, but I feel like this is Corey in the costume. She kills him here. Guarantee she kills Corey in the suit, right? And after that point, that's when Myers comes back. That's what I think. Because there's a shot later in the trailer.
Maybe the only way he can die is if I die too.
Right here, right? So this looks like it happened after that confrontation because Laurie's all bloody now. And I feel like Allison's looking at her like that because she knows that Laurie just killed Corey, and she's suspicious of Laurie, thinking, you killed him because you finally had the chance to, because you didn't like him anyway. I guarantee you something like that's happening here. Like, that's the red herring for the sake of the red herring thing I keep talking about, if that makes any fucking sense.
It all ends now.
Does it really end, though? Does it really end? Probably not. Okay, so he's attacking the DJ. Why is he at the fucking radio station? Okay, back here real quick. This one shot, this bugged me earlier. So this is absolutely Corey, right? Because if you look at his left hand, he has his fingers on both hands, actually. It's not even like they flipped the image. All of his fingers are there. Now, unless they CG'd the fingers on JJC for this shot, for the trailer, which I doubt because that would be expensive, that's Corey right there. It's got to be. I mean, look at the fucking shoes, right? Another question, is that Corey or is that Myers that she's taking the mask off of? Because he's struggling for her to not take the mask off of. Now, if we pause it, right, it's hard to tell. You can't, I can't tell the nose, the top part of the face, man. You just can't tell if it's JJC or that Corey fucker. But Halloween ends. I'm stoked for it.
You came here to kill me, so do it.
I'm stoked to see this kitchen fight, man. Either way, I'm really stoked to see that kitchen fight. And I can't tell you how glad I am that this movie's going to fucking Peacock again, because I do not want to go to the theater. I do not want to go to any kind of Cinema World or anything like that, because I mean, you can ask Shanna this too. Lately, our theater experiences have been absolutely horrible. Hey, look, there she was in the background. They've been terrible experiences filled with fucking young kids throwing popcorn, talking on their cell phones, just being loud. Like, I was an idiot when I was a kid too, but I never went to the theater to be an asshole. Like, I always wanted to go there and watch the fucking movie. Like, I don't see why you would want to spend the money, especially these days, to go to a theater and be an absolute dickhead. I don't understand why you would want to do that. But that's why I'm so glad it's on Peacock, because last year when I watched Kills, it was fantastic just to kind of turn the lights off, have the room to yourself, start Halloween Kills, and enjoy the fucking movie for what it was without having to worry about dealing with all these other assholes, people worried about, cause you know the whole bit at this point. Like, I'm so glad it's on Peacock, not because I'm denying the theater experience. Like, I love the theater experience. It was my home away from home for a long time, because the theater experience has gotten so bad. It's so bad now. Like, it's just lame. So I can't do it. I have to go on Peacock. Peacock's the way. Peacock is the way. It's absolutely the way. So that's where I'm going. It's just my fucking living room on October 15th to hopefully enjoy Halloween Ends. I'm stoked. I wasn't stoked, like I said, after Laurie Strode or Jamie Lee Curtis said it was going to make people pissed off. But lately, after watching the final trailer, all that stuff, I've caught the bug. I'm excited for Halloween Ends. I hope it's ridiculous. I hope it ends the story, at least this trilogy, as we know it, so they can move on to other things. And yeah, that's where I am about it. I think I'm just I'm excited for this trilogy to be over. I'm ready for it to be over, but I'm excited to see where it ends up, because Halloween Kills was, in my opinion, a very, very strong Michael Myers film. Very strong Michael Myers film. Blows 2018 out of the water. And as a matter of fact, I can't tell you if Ends will end up here, but Halloween Kills is in my top 5 or 6 Halloween films of all time, I think. It's that high up now. It's such a good fucking Halloween. I'm going to watch it tonight, maybe, if the power doesn't go off before that. So with that said, I'm rambling and have been rambling. I probably rambled this whole fucking video, so apologies if I bored you to death, but I've had a good time. This is my first real live stream. So, yeah, I appreciate you 2 people that showed up to watch it. It's been fun. Maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll do a unpacking for the new Hellraiser trailer, which I'm fucking stoked for. That movie looks awesome. I can't wait to talk about that movie, especially the return of Leviathan and the Labyrinth. I'm stoked. Maybe I'll unpack the Terrifier 2 trailer. There's so many trailers I can unpack. And now that I'm sort of doing these live things now, more often, not with everything. I'll probably still do regular videos, but I'll probably start doing trailer unpackings as live videos, because it's kind of fun to interact with you guys. So With that said, rambling again. Terrifier 2 next week for me, seeing it in theaters. Fuck. Is it really that close? Yes. Is that coming to, Christian, is that coming to streaming at the same time, or is it only going to theaters first? Because if it's going to theaters first, I'm going to have to fucking make a trek to the theater to see it. If there's anywhere near me playing it. I know it's only limited, right? It's a Fandango thing, isn't it? Just like Jeepers Creepers. Let me look it up. Excellent. Before we cut it off, I'll let you look it up. I know Christian, he recently saw Jeepers Creepers 4. I know he rated that movie a 10 out of 10. Perfect score for a horror film. He said it was the best Jeepers Creepers movie in existence. So he highly recommended seeing Jeepers Creepers 4 in theaters if you can. He's seen it 2 or 3 times. He bought three different Fandango event tickets for it. Because apparently it's such a good fucking Jeepers Creepers film. I'm blown away by the response to that film. So I really got to see that movie now. So if you guys, highly recommended by CHH, go see Jeepers Creepers 4. Support that film with all your fucking money. Rent it on VOD. Buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Support that movie. We need 100 fucking sequels to it. So Lee 1994, gotta go. Nice stream by. Thanks, Lee 1994. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. All right, man. Kristen, what is the verdict, my friend? Is it coming to VOD or is it going straight to theater? You still have the news playing. I'm not sure if you can see it. I can see it. We are streaming Fox 13. Wait, it was weather. Is it news now? It was just weather. I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to watch the news or Fox News. I just wanted to see the weather. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's watch my own live stream as we're live streaming, as I'm talking about stuff, where the news is still playing in that part of the live stream because it's delayed. What? This is gonna give me like this is gonna like take down the server. Okay, this is confusing the shit out of me. Which screen am I looking at? Let me get rid of this real quick. What's happening is Christian is giving me the verdict on Terrifier 2, Shanna. So we're going to see Terrifier 2 maybe, if it's coming to theaters. So. Oh, there's Nick Molpagano. Let's watch his video. Shout out to Nick. He makes some killer fucking Michael Myers masks. Ground up sculpts, by the way, so support this guy if you can. He makes fantastic indie Myers masks, man. Christian is coming with the verdict. Hopefully. Christian probably has the answer, but he's not going to tell me for like 10 minutes because he wants to just leave me hanging on the fucking live stream like this, watching random videos. There he is. The film is releasing in theaters October 6th. It is one day thing. It's supposed to be hit the streaming site Screenbox soon. What the fuck is Screenbox? Okay, so I'm either paying for Screenbox, whatever the hell that is, or I'm going to theaters. Shannon, maybe we could leave Isabella with your parents for a night and go see it at the small theater in Titusville where there's recliners and there's less traffic. Maybe we can do that. Anyways, thanks for that information, Christian. I appreciate it. Thank you to the 2 or 3 people who tuned in. It was fun. Thanks for the first successful live stream. Hope you enjoyed that trailer unpacking as much as I enjoyed rambling through it. Shannon, I'll see you in approximately 2 minutes. Christian, I'll see you later. And Lee is already, our friend across the pond, has already tuned out. So good night, everybody. I'm going to... Christian, after what I saw that dude call-in with after the Kiss concert last week, I am never even going to touch the concept of doing call-ins. Because, no. As fun as that may be and as funny as it would be to receive that kind of phone call, just so you could blast the other guy, I could totally see people just like fucking reporting that video endlessly until your whole channel just gets taken down in like 5 minutes if you didn't get that shit. Because I know you got yours quickly, but if you were on the road or something doing like a call-in, and I don't know, man, that would end badly. My luck, it would end totally badly. Yeah, no call-ins for me. But what is this video playing? There we go. Anyways. Bye.